I bet you didn't know the extent of corruption in global soccer. The year was 2015. The world of football, a sport uniting billions across cultures and continents, found itself in an unprecedented crisis. A storm of allegations, investigations and arrests engulfed FIFA, the sport's governing body. This wasn't about cheating on the pitch, but a far deeper rot systemic corruption at the highest levels of the game. For decades, FIFA, headquartered in Switzerland, had enjoyed immense power and influence. It controlled the World Cup, the most watched sporting event globally, making it a financial behemoth. But beneath the veneer of glamour and prestige, a dark underbelly of bribery, racketeering and money laundering was festering. The 2015 scandal sent shockwaves through the sport, leaving fans disillusioned and demanding answers. How could an organisation tasked with upholding the spirit of fair play be so deeply mired in corruption? The scandal would forever alter FIFA's image and force a long, hard look at the governance of global sports. This was not just a story about football. It was about power, greed, and the abuse of trust on a global scale. The world watched as the beautiful game confronted its ugliest chapter. FIFA, the Fédération Internationale de Football Association, was founded in 1904 with a noble mission to regulate and promote association football worldwide. It began as a small organisation with big dreams, aiming to bring together football associations from different countries under one umbrella. Its early years were modest, focused on organising international matches and establishing rules. These foundational efforts were crucial in standardising the game and ensuring fair play across borders. But the seeds of its future dominance were sown with the launch of the FIFA World Cup in 1930. This event marked a significant milestone, bringing together the best teams from around the world to compete on a global stage. The World Cup, a quadrennial tournament contested by men's national teams, became a global phenomenon, capturing the imagination of billions. It wasn't just a sporting event, it became a cultural celebration that united people from diverse backgrounds. As the tournament grew in popularity and prestige, so too did FIFA's influence and wealth. The organisation adeptly navigated the evolving media landscape, securing television rights that brought the World Cup into living rooms worldwide. Television rights, sponsorships and marketing deals transformed FIFA into a multi-billion-dollar organisation. These revenue streams allowed FIFA to invest in the development of football infrastructure and grassroots programs globally. With its newfound financial might came immense power. FIFA's decisions could shape the future of football, influencing everything from tournament locations to the rules of the game. FIFA controlled the bidding process for World Cup hosting rights, awarded lucrative contracts, and held sway over national football associations. This control extended to the very heart of football governance. This concentration of power, coupled with a lack of transparency and accountability, created a breeding ground for corruption. The organization's opaque operations often shielded questionable practices from public scrutiny. As FIFA's coffers swelled, so did the opportunities for personal enrichment among its officials. The allure of wealth and power proved too tempting for some, leading to ethical lapses. The organization's structure, with its complex web of committees and opaque financial dealings, made it ripe for exploitation. The lack of clear oversight mechanisms allowed corruption to fester. The stage was set for a scandal that would shake the very foundations of world football. The revelations of corruption and misconduct sent shockwaves through the sport, prompting calls for reform and greater accountability. At the heart of the 2015 FIFA scandal lay a deeply entrenched culture of corruption, spanning decades and continents. Bribery became a way of doing business, with officials allegedly accepting illicit payments in exchange for favourable decisions. One key area of corruption was the awarding of World Cup hosting rights. Whispers of vote buying and backroom deals had long circulated, but concrete evidence proved elusive. The 2015 investigation, however, revealed a staggering pattern of alleged bribery, with officials accused of accepting millions of dollars in exchange for their votes. But the corruption extended far beyond the World Cup. Marketing and media rights, worth billions of dollars, were another lucrative avenue for illicit gain. FIFA officials were accused of steering contracts to favored companies in return for kickbacks and bribes. The organization's own ethics committee, tasked with investigating wrongdoing, was seen as toothless and ineffective, further enabling the culture of impunity. The scandal exposed a deeply flawed system where personal enrichment trumped the integrity of the sport. Officials, blinded by greed, treated FIFA as their personal fiefdom, exploiting its vast wealth for their own gain. The consequences for world football would be profound and far-reaching. Section 4. The walls close in, the unraveling of FIFA's dark secrets. For years, rumours of corruption swirled around FIFA, but the organisation seemed untouchable. Whispers of bribery, vote rigging and backdoor deals were common, yet no concrete evidence ever seemed to surface. Then, in May 2015, the walls started to close in. The seemingly impenetrable fortress of FIFA began to show cracks. The US Department of Justice launched a surprise raid on a luxury hotel in Zurich, arresting several high-ranking FIFA officials on charges of racketeering, wire fraud and money laundering. This was a bold move that no one saw coming. The arrests sent shockwaves through the world of football. Fans, players and officials alike were stunned by the sudden turn of events. Simultaneously, Swiss authorities announced a separate but related investigation into the awarding of the 2018 and 2022 World Cups to Russia and Qatar, respectively. These investigations cast a shadow over the upcoming tournaments. The world watched in disbelief as the beautiful game was dragged through the mud. The integrity of football was now in question. The investigations were the culmination of years of painstaking work by law enforcement agencies, journalists and whistleblowers. Their relentless pursuit of the truth was finally bearing fruit. They exposed a sprawling network of corruption, implicating officials from across the globe. The scale of the corruption was staggering, reaching into the highest echelons of the sport. Financial records, wiretaps and witness testimonies painted a damning picture of a deeply ingrained culture of greed and deceit. The evidence was irrefutable. The arrests and investigations marked a turning point. The once untouchable organization was now under intense scrutiny. The veil of secrecy that had long protected FIFA had been lifted, and the world was finally getting a glimpse into the organization's dark underbelly. The era of impunity was over. The scandal would have profound consequences for FIFA, its officials and the sport itself. Reforms were inevitable, and the world of football would never be the same again. Section 5. Faces of Greed. Key players in the FIFA Corruption Scandal. The FIFA Corruption Scandal ensnared a cast of characters from the upper echelons of world football, each playing a role in perpetuating the culture of greed and deceit that plagued the organization for years. At the center of the storm stood Sepp Blatter, FIFA's long-serving president. Blatter, who had ruled FIFA with an iron fist for nearly 2 decades, initially denied any wrongdoing, maintaining his innocence despite mounting evidence. However, he soon became a target of the investigations, accused of presiding over a corrupt system and enriching himself at the organization's expense. His leadership style and decisions were scrutinized, revealing a web of corruption that extended far beyond his office. Another key figure was Chuck Blazer, a former FIFA Executive Committee member from the United States. Known for his larger-than-life personality and extravagant lifestyle, Blazer's fall from grace was as dramatic as his rise. Blazer, facing his own legal troubles, turned informant for the FBI, providing crucial inside information on FIFA's corrupt dealings. His detailed accounts and evidence were pivotal in exposing the depth of corruption within the organization. His cooperation was instrumental in building the case against other high-ranking officials, shedding light on the intricate schemes and backdoor deals that had become commonplace. Jack Warner, the former head of CONCACAF, the governing body for football in North and Central America and the Caribbean, was another central figure in the scandal. Warner's influence and power within FIFA was significant, making his involvement particularly damaging. Warner, known for his flamboyant lifestyle and alleged involvement in various financial improprieties, was indicted on charges of racketeering, wire fraud, and money laundering. His actions and the subsequent charges highlighted the pervasive corruption within the organization. The scandal also implicated numerous other FIFA officials, past and present, from across the globe. These individuals, who were supposed to uphold the values and integrity of the sport, instead chose to exploit their positions for personal gain. These individuals, entrusted with upholding the integrity of the sport, allegedly abused their positions for personal gain, betraying the trust of fans and players alike. The scandal not only tarnished FIFA's reputation, but also cast a long shadow over the beautiful game, leaving a legacy of mistrust and disappointment. Section 6, Fallout and Reckoning, the immediate aftermath of the scandal. The FIFA corruption scandal sent shockwaves through the world of football, leaving a trail of damage in its wake. Sponsors, fearing reputational harm, distanced themselves from FIFA, demanding immediate reforms. The organization's credibility lay in tatters. In the immediate aftermath of the scandal, Sepp Blatter, facing mounting pressure, announced his resignation as FIFA president. His departure, however, did little to quell the storm. FIFA's reputation was in ruins, and the organization faced an uphill battle to regain the trust of fans and sponsors. The scandal also cast a shadow over the upcoming World Cup tournaments in Russia and Qatar. Allegations of bribery and vote rigging surrounding the bidding process for these tournaments fueled calls for revotes, but FIFA remained defiant. The immediate fallout from the scandal was swift and severe. FIFA, once considered invincible, was now a pariah in the world of sports. The organization faced an existential crisis, forced to confront its demons and embark on a long and arduous path to redemption. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates on crazy financial stories.